Joel here, ER nurse and naturopath. Have you ever just wanted to have a whiter smile? Or maybe you have had a hangover and you've wanted a natural remedy that can help with that. Or perhaps you've had food poisoning and you just wish that there was something that you could take to get rid of the indigestion, the stomach pain, and just the horrific feelings that you're having. Stick around. We're going to talk about one thing that you need to have in your home in order to combat these things. I'm going to talk about 10 issues that this one product will help you fix. So I did a video on activated charcoal the other day and I got a lot of feedback, and so I'm going to do a second one to go more in depth about how charcoal works and some of the other issues that charcoal, activated charcoal specifically, is really helpful for. And the first one is teeth whitening. I brush my teeth all the time with charcoal powder and it's incredible. Not only does it whiten your teeth, but it also helps to prevent gum infections. And so if you have things like sore gums, bleeding gums, toothache, an abscess in your mouth, brushing your teeth with charcoal will help prevent that. Now, if you actually have an active tooth infection, you can make a paste out of the charcoal and stuff it down in your gum, and this will help to pull the toxins out of that area. It may not get rid of it in time for you to be comfortable, so it might still need to have a dentist visit, but it really helps to mitigate some of the pain and especially some of the toxic load in your mouth. The second thing it really helps with is skin infections. So if you have acne, any type of weird breakout on your skin, make a poultice out of it. Watch my part 1 of charcoal video, and I show how to make a poultice, and you just apply it to that area. Anytime you get a sting, wasp sting, bee sting, even snake bites, it's really helpful for pulling the toxins out of the skin, and it helps with pain as well. So one way to know if the charcoal poultice needs to be changed is when pain starts to return. That's when you change it and get a new one. Now, open wounds is kind of a controversial use of charcoal. However, whenever I get a wound, especially if it's on my legs or feet, I always use charcoal poultice on it. The concern is that there's a tattooing effect. Sometimes the skin can heal over the charcoal and you might have a bit of tattooing under the skin. But for me, preventing infection is far more important than any potential tattooing effect. And I've never had the tattooing effect from open wounds that have been covered with charcoal. The next one is stomach problems, and I'm going to be moving fast through these because I'm trying to get them all in under 10 minutes, but stomach problems is also high on the list. Indigestion, mix it with some water. You can also, the way I get my kids to take it is just a teaspoon of honey with the charcoal powder, mix it up into a paste, and it tastes delicious that way. Eye infections is another one. Now, you don't want to put charcoal powder in your eye. You don't want to put charcoal water in your eye. What you do is you take a glass of water, mix it with a tablespoon of charcoal powder, and let it sit. All the charcoal will settle to the bottom, and that top portion of water, there's a little particles of charcoal in there, but you take that into an eyedropper and you drop a few drops in your eye. That's really great for eye infections. Pink eye, that sort of thing. If your kids get into anything under the kitchen sink or under the bathroom sink and you don't know what it is that they got into, before you call poison control, give them some charcoal. That's what I do. I make sure I do call poison control. I'm not saying don't do that, but give them charcoal right away. That'll save time. It'll start to absorb whatever it was that they got into. And so toxicity is something that charcoal is great for. And again, we use that in the ER as our go-to remedy. Another use of charcoal is if you're out in the wilderness and you need some potable water. Charcoal from your fire can be used to crush up and help with filtration of like stream water and stuff like that. Not the greatest option, but if you're in a desperate situation, it's something that you can do as a go-to. On that note, I got some questions about whether that is the same as activated charcoal, and it's not. Activated charcoal has been processed in such a way that it's more absorptive of poison. And so, yes, you can use wood charcoal from your, campfire or whatever in case of emergencies, but you really want to keep some activated charcoal on hand at all times. Apparently, if you mix charcoal with apple cider vinegar and apply it to your scalp, it helps pull out pores, build up and stuff, and helps hair thicken. So I might have to try that on my own head. What's next here? Kidney detox. So kidneys, dialysis is done by filtrating the blood that goes through the kidneys. Well, you can kind of do something similar by taking a charcoal poultice and applying it to your back, just below your rib cage where your kidneys are, and that helps to pull some of that toxic load out of the kidneys. So some people that are on dialysis have noticed an effect that way of lowering their creatinine and things like that with charcoal. A couple other questions I got from my previous video was, can it interfere with medications? Yes, absolutely. So you don't want to take charcoal within 2 hours of any medications that you have taken, because it will absorb medications. Does brand matter? Not really. You just want to see that it's activated charcoal and that generally it comes from coconut shell, but sometimes they do hardwood. I have noticed a different taste between the two, but that's kind of not really a big deal. It does work. It still works the same. Is it safe to consume daily? I wouldn't do it daily, no. The only times I do it is when I'm sick, or if I'm like on a juice fast or something and I'm about to detox. You really want to have it pull that toxic load. But if you take it every day, you're going to get constipated. It's very constipating. So I only use it medicinally when I need it. So I hope this is helpful. These are just a few more things that charcoal is useful for. And if you have any questions, feel free to reach out to me. Again, my name is Joel. I'm an ER nurse and a naturopath. And this is one of those things that, as an ER nurse and a naturopath, I have used regularly to help people in medical emergencies. So it is definitely something you want to have at all times in your home. And again, if you have any questions, reach out to me. This is another way for you to be your own doctor.